Okay, so if you're a small business and you're looking to scale with paid ads, this is an exact guide that's going to give you the exact framework on what you need to do to scale from maybe zero to $5,000 a month, or even ten or $20,000 a month to 50 or $60,000 a month. So let's get right into it right now. So the number one thing that people need to understand when scaling a business, it's people think it's about you need to work harder or you need to post more or get, maybe even lucky with like some sort of referral or something like that. That's not how you actually scale a business, right? So I'll kind of give you a background on me and like why I'm saying this and why this is the best way to scale your business the quickest. Number one, whenever you're scaling ads, you're paying for views, you're paying for attention, you're paying for basically traffic, right? And it's the easiest way to test, right? If you're running organic content, which I highly recommend anyone who's running a business, you need to have some sort of organic content. But the number one thing you need when running organic content is you need to have people looking at your stuff. And the only way when you're starting out, in my opinion, to get people to look at your stuff is by paying for ads. Maybe it's $10 or $20 a day, maybe it's higher if you have a higher budget, but that's just the truth of it. So, right, we're going to break down exactly how to scale your business in this video from using just straight paid ads, even if you have no audience, no brand, or any sort of prior experience with ads at all, right? So again, most people fail with ads simply because they run ads that have no system. They're literally just guessing, and you expect a lot of people want this fast profit, and in reality, it's not necessarily realistic, right? I can tell you that for sure because I've done it. I thought I would make a ton of money when I started, and that's not the case. There's a lot of adjusting and a lot of little things you have to do with data. You have to track data, like you have to have a pixel, which obviously can be complicated to make, but that's what you need here. And obviously at the bottom right here, most people have not learned any sort of sales or conversion skills, right? So that's very important to understand. You have to have all these aspects perfectly correct in order to have a lot of success, right? Paid ads, again, don't fix mistakes, they expose the mistakes, right? So you'll know very clearly in a week or two, hey, is my business model good? Is my offer good? You'll get quick feedback with ads compared to like with other tools. That's not what you get. It's a lot slower, especially with organic content. It's a lot slower typically, right? So again, paid ads are basically a guaranteed way to buy attention, right? They speed up learning, right? They basically, you'll understand really, really quickly if it's going to work or not. You reveal really quickly as well, like what offers convert. You can try a few different offers. You can do a split test, and I'll go over that in separate videos. But it's going to give you a very clear idea on what works and what doesn't work. And obviously, it's going to force clarity, right? So instead of guessing for a long time, like a month or even a couple years, really, you're going to know in a week or two, probably 2 weeks realistically, whether your ad's working or not, as you can see right here. So it's very important for you guys to understand how to run paid ads. I'm going to get to that in a second here. But the whole paid ads framework, and this is very, very important, every scalable business is very similar in the sense of how they get their traffic in the door, right? So for example, they have traffic, they have people that look at the ad, okay? They have an offer, which is something that people see from the landing page. They click on the landing page. The whole point of a landing page is to convert those people into actual paid clients or paid customers, right? Very, very important. So again, it's a lot of different little things here, right? So the traffic right here, as you can see right here, it's very important because you need to have the right traffic, okay? And actually, I want to highlight this because it'll make it even more clear for you guys. Traffic's very, very important because you want the right traffic in the door. Then you have the offer, right? So that's exactly what you're offering. Maybe there's a discount, maybe you have a guarantee, et cetera, right? Then you have your conversion. You want the most important thing about an ad after the person clicks on the ad is the landing page and how high that's going to convert. So I'm actually going to have some videos where I talk about this as well, because the better your offers, the more appealing your offers, the higher your conversion rates are going to be. And that's how you get people who are actually going to end up paying. And obviously, out of those conversions, it could lead to, in this part here, like a sales call. And then sometimes some people leave, some people, actually end up paid, they're paid clients. And then also all you have to do from there is just follow up. So build an automation system that basically follows up with these potential clients, right? Most people only obsess over traffic, but the people who are doing really, really well, they obsess over the conversion rates. They obsess over the offer and also the follow-up, right? There's fortune in the follow-up. It's very, very important, right? So let me see. I guess you guys can't see that, but like I said, the clarity, you need to have clarity in your offer. You need to have, you need to pay attention to your conversion rates and how well it's converting. And also you need to have follow-up systems, right? That's very, very important to have success. Ads amplify what's already working, okay? And it also amplify what's not working, right? Like I said here. Let's say you're a beginner and you're like, okay, I understand this, but where should I start? Multiple things I want to explain here. Number one, don't run ads on a lot of platforms. Only run ads on one specific platform. So for me, whenever I'm starting out with a client, I always recommend to start with Meta. I have tested many different social media platforms. Meta typically is going to give you the lowest cost per conversion rates, the lowest cost per click rates compared to Google or TikTok or anything like that, right? I would say when like you're starting to run a couple ads, maybe 3 or 4 ads on one campaign, which I'll explain this in more videos, but you don't need to have complicated funnels, right? You don't need to have advanced setups. That's not your job. Your job is just to get people in the door and have a very simplistic offer that converts as, high as possible, right? So like I said, pick one offer, one audience, and have one KPI you're measuring. Maybe it's the cost per click link. Usually what I would say to measure is cost per conversion, right? It's very, very important. And right here, again, focus creates speed, speed creates data. So that's why you need to be very quick with this. You need to be moving very fast with it. And that's how you're going to have quick success, right? So this is important too. Why skills are literally arguably the most important thing you need in your business, okay? Multiple things. Number one, especially if you're in high ticket, if you're maybe a real estate agent or you're an accountant or someone who's trying to close a high ticket type offer, or you're even a coach, you need to have great communication. You need to be very good at sales. You need to be very good at negotiating and also offer positioning. Your goal is to help these people, right? Where if you're in business and you want to do legit business, your goal is to help these people and change their lives positively. So that's exactly what we're trying to do. We want to get them in the door, then we want to help them, give them value, right? The whole goal of having a successful business is to help people, help them have success, and that success will come back to you and obviously in the long term scale your own specific business, right? So again, like ads bring leads, skills are what turn leads into money. And as you guys can see up here, right? Ads bring leads, skills turn leads into money. Very, very important, okay? And I'll even say this as well. If you don't have skills and you're not that great at sales, it's gonna be really, really hard to get people to actually pay you money. I'm telling you, you have to be very, very, very good at your craft. If you're not, people are gonna smell it. They're not gonna wanna work with you. If you're trying to charge a couple $100, even like $1,000 a month on something, you have to have skills and get them to wanna pay you. They're not gonna pay you if you're not helping them. They're not gonna wanna pay you if you're not showing them exactly how you're going to help them. If you have no experience, also, it's really hard to get people to pay you because people want testimonials. They want that psychology. They want to understand that they're working with the right person. And that's what, again, that's very important as well. So all those little things are very important when understanding the process of running ads. So again, with the budget, most people are scared to spend money on ads. Not surprising here. Ads are not an expense, it's an investment. So that's number one, okay? Ads are a testing engine. You're not going to run the ads forever. You're going to run ads for a week or two, and you're going to keep, adjusting until it's working really, really well and until you're making a huge ROI, okay? That is ultra, ultra important, okay? So many mistakes I see here with what beginners do, and this is just from seeing what I've seen. Many people tend to turn ads off too early. They don't give it enough time to develop. Changing too many things after you upload that is not smart in my opinion either, because of the fact that there's so many variables in ads, and you have to you can't let emotions control decisions. It says it right there. You need to trust yourself, okay? You need to understand that ads work. If it doesn't work, it's because it's something you're doing, and you have to keep adjusting until it works. And another thing here that's I think pretty important, let me just adjust this real quick. Another thing that's pretty important, I'm going to scroll down to that I just wanted to mention. This is kind of my final takeaway. Well, we're going to stick to this for a few minutes here because it's very, very important. Look, paid ads are not gambling, okay? Paid ads is controlled. You control the growth. The more money you put in ads, technically, the more money you can make if it's done correctly, okay? So if you understand this, you can literally scale any business in any market at any time. And that's exactly what we do at Go Creative AI. So again, y'all, very, very important to understand this concept. I think you guys have a ton of potential in this, and we're going to get this on full so you guys can see it. But guys, listen, you have the opportunity to have success with paid ads. Okay, paid ads is should be seen as an investment. Okay, and that's exactly how I want you guys to see it. So if you're struggling with ads and you need help and you're not sure what you want to do with ads and you're looking to work with experts in a team who understands how to build systems, marketing, stuff like that very, very well, click the link below, right? So if you're a business owner who's making $20, $30, $40,000 a month and you have not been scaling how you want to, this is the place to be, okay? So the link in the description, you can book a meeting with us and we can show you exactly how we can help you double your revenue in 90 days. That's the goal. We want to double your revenue in 90 days, okay? And let's say you're someone who doesn't want to pay a couple $1,000s in agency fees, which I totally understand. It's not for everyone. If you're new to business, we have another program for you that actually starts for free. So I'll also leave that in the description below. It'll be detailed very, very specifically so you understand exactly what you're clicking and what you're doing. But we're here to help you guys, right? The whole goal of this company is to help business owners have success. And that's exactly what I want to do to help you guys. So I hope you guys did enjoy. I hope you guys got some value from this video. Thank you guys again. Have a good one. Thanks.